What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about APs and AP test. I'm going to explain all the secrets, everything that you have to know about AP courses at school and the AP test in May. Some of you who watch this video may not know, especially parents and students who are freshmen and sophomores in high school. Let's do this. My name is Andy, and I specialize in U.S. college educational consulting and SAT, HAT testing as well. So I've been doing this job for the past 20 years, right? The day I'm recording this video is late February, and a lot of parents come here, talk to me, and ask me about the upcoming AP test in May. Like how much do we have to prepare for the test? Is it really important? Some parents, some students say, okay, AP test is the test. I have to ace it. But some people say, AP is not that important. Do I have to listen to this person, that person? What is right or wrong? My saying here is not the ultimate answer to everything, but it's something that you can listen to and then take into consideration, right? Because I have been doing this for the past 20 years, I will let you know some of these things that I have learned. All right, so first things first. A lot of people ask about, can I self-study and take the AP exam? For example, you haven't taken that particular subject, the course at school. Again, let's say your school doesn't have, for example, a computer science course, AP computer science, but you want to self-study and go and take the AP computer science exam in May. Is that possible? How do we do it? Let's talk about that. The answer is yes. If you just register and pay the tuition fee, you could just go and take any test. You pay money, you're in. The College Board, the AP test makers, they don't really care if you really studied in high school, if you study that subject in high school or ready or what. If you're not ready, they don't care. They just want to make money. That's basically, what it is underneath. So if you go into their websites and register for as many courses as possible, as many exams as possible, they will let you do it. You pay the fee and you're in the game. You could take the test. Now, if you don't study, if you're unprepared, your score's not going to be great, but they don't care. It's up to you. Technically, they will let you do it. You pay the fee and you can take the test. But again, it's not something I would recommend strongly because self-studying, self-teaching one year worth of AP course is not that easy. Like you can't just swing it and try to get a 5 out of 5 on the test. It's not that easy. All right, second question. How would it look to college admissions if a student took the AP exam and let's say he or she did really well, 5 out of 5, for example, but has never taken that same subject course back in high school? Would it look weird? Never studied the subject at school, took the test on his or her own, and did well. Would colleges think something suspicious about it or not? Let's talk about that. Now, one way to think of it is to see if this good score in the AP exam, not studying the same subject in high school, would this result be a minus on my resume, on my application? I would say no. I mean, I can't definitely say it will be a super plus, but it will definitely be a plus, right? I mean, it will never be a minus. If you have a good AP exam score, it's not going to hurt you. Why would colleges reject you because you have a good score in an AP exam and never taken the course in high school? Doesn't make sense. But it becomes a very strong plus if your high school, it's just, let's say small school, not well funded, so they don't have that many APs. Let's say your high school only offers 5 or 6 AP courses, and there were subjects that you really wanted to study in college, and then you taught yourself. You took some online courses, for example, and then you taught yourself, and then took that subject on your own, that AP exam on your own, and did well. And colleges will probably be impressed a little bit. So that's a little bit of plus, not a minus. Keep that in mind. Also, one small tip is you could also write a small note on the application yourself or ask your school guidance teacher to write it somewhere on his recommendations letter or something, saying that your high school did not provide that course, that AP subject course. So, I wasn't able to take that course, but I studied, I took some online courses, and then I took the AP exam on my own. That's how we want to approach it. Okay, next question. What about a student who has taken the AP course in high school, but decide not to take the AP exam towards the end of the year in May? Is that a bad sign? Is that going to affect negatively as far as college admissions go? Let's talk about that. But something to note is your AP course teacher, your teacher in high school, right? Because AP courses are supposed to meant for the seniors. Now think about it. Seniors already have applied to colleges. They've by the end of March, they already have gotten accepted to some schools, right? Let's say they, all got accepted to some college. And then in April, they made up their mind. They already know which college they want to attend. They pay the deposit and everything's all set and it's cool. And then these teachers, want to go easy with the graduating class, senior students. So not canceling, but they sort of canceled the final exams towards the end of the year. Like the first week of June was supposed to be final exam week, but they don't give final exams for AP courses. Some teachers, a lot of teachers actually, would want the students in class take the AP exam in May because, it was an AP course and there's no reason why not to take the AP exam, right? So take the AP exam and then whatever the score comes out of that AP exam will be transferred, replacing the final exam we're supposed to give in at school. Does that make sense to you? So basically, they will not give students final exams, but they want the students take the AP exam, and then this AP exam will function as a final exam for the senior students. Now, if let's say you're a junior in this class, teachers will not going to give senior students AP exams and not give final exams, but the junior kids still have to take the final exams? No. Same rule applies to everyone in the class. So there's a high chance that you will be asked to take the AP exam in May and then not take the final exam. That's fair enough, right? A lot of teachers do that again because they know how the situations are for senior students. They're graduating, and who wants to take the final exam at the end of the year? People will complain. There's no reason to give seniors a hard time towards the end of the year. So finish everything whenever the AP exam ends for the AP courses students, and just go smooth. Just let them enjoy school for another 2 weeks, and then graduation comes. Now, next question is sending scores. Are we allowed to send partial credit of the partial scores of the AP exams? For example, let's say you've gone and taken 10 AP exams this year, and you only succeeded in 5 subject areas, but sort of failed in the other 5. Can we only send to colleges those good 5 scores and not show the other bad subject scores? Okay, when it comes to reporting AP scores on the application form itself, you could self-report your AP scores. So that basically means you could report the only ones that you want to show to colleges. It's a self-reporting. So you're allowed to only show the ones that you want to show and not show the ones that you don't want to show. Now again, AP exams are not required part of the application. Now some colleges, most colleges I would say, SATs or ACTs are required. Subject test, few schools require. A lot of schools say optional. But there's no mention of APs. Now, the AP scores are meant to be used for something else. So if you do well on the AP exams, that functions sort of as a proof that you have a strong knowledge, strong understanding of that subject, and then you transfer that credit to college. College will accept the credit. That means you don't have to take that course when you go to college. Let's say in theory, if you have 10 AP course credits when you go to college, that basically means you don't have to take 10 courses in college. Possibly you could graduate early. You don't have to attend college for 4 years. Maybe you could graduate out of college in 3.5 years, 3 years maybe. That's how AP scores are being used. That's the main purpose of AP exams. But when we apply, and if our AP score is good enough, we want to include it on the application because it's almost like a showing off. Like I got some good scores, although it's not required. Why not show it? It won't be a minus. Again, it won't be a minus. So let's include it on the application. That's why people put it down on the application. But again, it's self-reporting. So you can only type in the ones that you want to include on the application. Now, when we apply to colleges, right? The SATs and ACT, those standardized test scores, you want to self-report it on the application. You still have to send the actual score to the colleges, because there could be some dumb students. There could be some students who could lie filling in those scores on the application. People lie about these things. I don't know why some people do it, but let's say in theory you could, because it's self-reporting. So SATs, as far as SATs and ACTs go, you have to go into the College Board or ACT website and then select the college you want to send the score to, and you have to pay some fee, transaction fee, transfer fee, and then you have to transfer the actual score to have the company send the actual score to those colleges that you're applying to. But APs are not required. No colleges ask you to submit the actual scores until you decide to attend that school in spring. So when you're applying to that college in fall or winter, January time, right? You don't have to send the colleges actual scores. Whatever you type in on the application is good enough for them. All right, that's it for the day. Thanks for watching the video until the end. I tend to read and respond to all the comments. So please leave comments if you have some questions related to APs, anything at all. I will study and try to answer your question as soon as possible. If you like this video, please click the like button. Share with your friends, parents, sons and daughters. Appreciate it. I will study a little more, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, study well, eat a lot, exercise, be smooth, always. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.